Chapter 1 Summary. Now that you have completed the chapter short review of what you have learned is in order with the following summary will refresh your memory with the amplitude modulation from the basic principle of the typical circuitry used to generate the modulation. The same wave is the basis of all complex waveforms generated with the moving of the coil of a magnetic field. Show that the amplitude of the intelligence voltage of the coil is found with the formula voltage is equal to the voltage max times the same angle. Okay, one alteration, one cycle, one alteration, 180 degrees, 360 cycle of euro. This shows the phase and phase angle of the angle that exists between the starting position of the vector generated with the sim wave position for the given instant. Frequency of the rate with the vector rotates heterodyne. In the process of mixing two different frequencies across the denominator and independent of the original frequency, sum of the frequency difference of the difference frequencies. The frequency in hertz, amplified continuous wave modulation, basic form of the radio frequency communication is essential for the on-key off of the radio frequency carrier. Amplitude time of the resultant carrier wave, the transmit along with the connection path. The hand operated with the machine key, two type of the end of the continuous wave king played with cathode plot grid king and or circuit with the common used with the hand operated machine king relays are used for the safety handling current requirements for the high power transmitters. Your key click filters are used to prevent interfering with the continuous wave transmitters. Show that although they relatively slow transmission method, key wave communication, constant wave communications is highly reliable within several noise condition long range operations. Single stage continuous wave transmitters can be made with the coupling with the output with the oscillator to the antenna. Multiple stage continuous wave transmitters are used to improve frequency stability with the increase of the output power supply, key oscillator radio frequency amplifier antenna assemble the microphones energy with the convert chain of the sound energy into electrical energy. Carbon microphone used the carbon granules external battery supply with the great generate audio frequency voltage from the sound waves. Single button carbon microphone, bubble button carbon microphone, crystal microphone used with the piezoelectric effect with the generate output voltage, directly actuated type, the diaphragm type, the dynamic microphone used with the coil fine wire with the bottom of the back of the diaphragm located at the magnetic field permanent magnet. Magnetic microphone used the moving armature magnetic field to generate an output. Sound wave, also the frequency spectrum of the modulated wave with the conveniently illustrating the graph with the sum of the frequency varies amplitude versus amplitude. Your modulation envelope of the waveform observed with the carrier upper sideband and lower sideband combined with a single antenna that observed in times various amplitude for the upper original audio sync carrier modulation envelope lower sideband. Bandwidth of the radio frequency is the amount of space for the frequency spectrum used within signal percent with the modulation measurement over relative to the magnitude of the radio frequency carrier and the auto frequency modulation signal. Each division is 200 degrees, 200 volts, voltage max, voltage minimum, voltage peak, percentage of the modulation, voltage maximum over voltage minimum over the peak voltage times 100, or voltage maximum over voltage minus voltage minimum plus over voltage max plus voltage minimum times 100. High level modulation produced the plate circuit with the last radio stage of the system. Low level modulation for the earlier state of the final power amplifier. Plate modulator, high level of the modulator tube must be capable of varying the plate supply voltage of the final power amplifier must be vary the plate voltage so that the plate current pulse will vary between 0 and near 12 for the unmodulated value of each 100% modulation. And then show the collector injector modulator transistors version of the plate modulator classified high level modulator, although the present state of art transistors limit them to medium power applications. Control grid modulator level of the modulator used the minimum of the auto frequency modulator with the power desired less efficient with the modulator produced more distortion. Basic injector modulator used to produce low level modulation equipment and operating very low level power level is often used with small portable equipment to test equipment. Cathode modulator is a low level modulator employed where their audio power is limited and inherent distortion. Grid modulator can be not be tolerated and emitter injection modulator is extremely low level modulator useful in portable equipment. Primary disadvantage to AM modulation are susceptible to noise interference and inefficiency of the transmitter. And that was Chapter 1 summary.